Hi. Welcome to our show.
Well, hi, everybody.
Coming to you somewhat live and semi-weekly from the Quad M World Headquarters located in Helena's scenic North Valley. This is the Quad M Show. We are your hosts. I am TJ.
Jason.
So this past weekend, and we had been talking about this off and on a little bit. You know, we had a scene that we had shot for an upcoming independent movie from famed and critically acclaimed movie director Mark Piokas.
And his brother.
Who I continuously forget is Frankie. Frankie is his name. I'll tell a little funny story about that here in a moment. But we finally got to shoot the big scene, the big marijuana party this past weekend.
Wow, man. It was fun.
And you know, I mean I had a good time doing it. It was all right, all things considered.
Uh-huh.
And by all things considered, I don't want to now that I know that certain parties are listening to this show, I'm almost kind of iffy about how much shit I talk, but no, I would say amongst the the highs and the lows, there was the other two that were in the scene previous that we had shot had arrived, and as much shit as I talked, on the previous discussion, I was actually quite impressed. The gal stepped up her game a little bit. She was actually a little more animated, a little more, into the scene as opposed to being like, scared. A timid woodland creature.
Little Lexi.
Yeah. Little Lexi. And the glasses that freak Bird out. A couple additions to the cast. One was a gentleman playing, I guess, the role of alien. Ladies and gentlemen, the best way I can describe, not so much his look, but just his voice, Dale Dribble from King of the Hill.
Yeah, but then he could he was funny. I mean, yeah, his normal voice. It was kind of a mix of John Wayne and Daryl Dribble.
Yeah,
yeah. But then he when he spoke and stuff, he had this Hollywood announcer type of voice.
When he was doing
it was kind of funny.
But just his general yeah, came here to shoot the movie, and we're gonna go ahead and do the thing with the thing. and then there was a lovely gal that I'm not gonna say got on our nerves, but boy oh boy,
she was entertaining.
Yeah, talking all the party and shit, and one deal, and she's out like a light. Yeah, that I was amazed how everybody brought their own props.
Wow, man.
What was funny, the ironic thing to me here was there's a bar in town that I frequent just because it's, a nice, quiet, hole-in-the-wall, off-to-the-side type of bar. And I had no idea that we were going to be shooting this in my bartender's house.
See, that's because Helena's small.
That's because the town we live in, ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Baconburg, is, there is no degrees of separation. It's just this small, tiny, incestuous little town. This little hamlet in the woods. And so I come to find out that through, different marriage-ish type whatever thing, that my bartender's wife was Mark and Frankie's niece through marriage. And it was this crazy thing as I'm sitting there, looking at my lines, kind of studying, doing the thing, and all of a sudden I get this damn shake on my shoulders going, I said no Raiders fans here. I'm like, motherfucker, what? And I turn around and look, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing here, dude? I guess had I looked around at the family photos, I probably would have surmised at some point. But yeah, no, I after we had filmed and done all our stuff and everything. That next night, I went out there and kind of BS'd with him a little bit, and I says, yeah, I'm sorry you come walking into the smell of obvious to-dos. And he says, oh, yeah, I walked in and holy shit, it was a party.
Wow, man.
I says, well, we're filming the big marijuana party. But and he was down. He was totally cool with it, so it was no big deal. And we didn't really trash his house too bad. We did the civil thing, pick up afterwards. Pack it in, pack it out, and all that type of stuff. But no, I mean when it's all said and done, I know he's taking a little bit of a break, and when he comes back and doing the filming, I think he was saying he was going to have the movie actually done and ready to go, hopefully by like October. So I'm hoping he has a presentation up over at the local art house somewhere around like November, December. We'll make a little bit of a to-do, send out the invite, since the majority of our listeners are from Kevin Baconburg anyways.
Tens of you.
All tens of you.
Oh, Mark, thanks for farting in our face.
Yeah, no, it wasn't you. You were over on the other side. No, I was the one that was a recipient of that damn thing. Jesus Christ. Here, hold on, I'm gonna turn the camera. Oh, great, thank you. Yeah, that's pleasant. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Oh, so how about yourself? How did you like your first major acting experience with all the lines and all the fun to-dos?
It was interesting. It was kind of fun.
You seemed, honestly, from my outside observance, you seemed like a natural. Of course, when you say the same line 20 fucking times, it's easy to come by.
Mark's brother Frankie said I did really well. So
yeah.
I guess I did well.
Nice. Well, from Frankie's lips to God's ears.
There we go.
I don't know. I mean, I guess my question for you, as an outside observer, you being the outside observer, did it at any point seem like I was being a little too overexertive as far as, hey, I've got an idea? Because I didn't know, when they started talking about giving me writing, some sort of level of writing credit, and then talking about maybe we should give you a directing credit too. I didn't know if he was being too much of a smart ass.
See, the mistake they made was like helping inflate your ego.
Oh, it doesn't need any help. It does fine all by itself. Well, the only thing that really came to mind, when he said that was when there's a line where the main character has to get up from the party table. Okay, kids, picture this. I'm loath to say ripping off, but let's say paying homage to that 70s show. Uh-huh. So we're all sitting around this table, and you got the camera on top of this little lazy Susan spinner server type deal. And we were to rotate the camera to each of us in that classic 70s show pot smoking scenes where everybody is being funny, even Ashton Kutcher at some point. And so there's a knock on the door, and he is to go get up and go look out. Now, the way the script was kind of written was that he would be kind of looking through a peephole type of a deal. But the way that the house was set up.
The house of many doors.
Yes.
That's what I read. There's like 4 doors you go through just to get inside the house. It felt like going through an airlock on the Enterprise or some shit, Screen door, screen door.
It's for your safety. So he has to go through door number 1, kind of going into this like mud room, where you put your shoes when you walk in the door and all that, and proceeds to be at that door that's facing out, which again, you got 2 doors, main and screen. So yeah, but you're exactly right. This thing was hermetically sealed for our protection. And so initially, what he's doing is he's yelling at us from this door off screen, and I says, it would be funnier. Because the line was basically something along the lines of, little...
It's either a Mormon missionary, a Men in Black
or an
FBI agent.
Right. Little Lexi says, "Who the fuck is that?" And then he says his 3 lines. But he's saying these 3 lines from way, from off camera. And I says, what would be funnier? Because I'm thinking like kind of Looney Tunes music in the background as he's doing this. He's at the door, and then he comes back. Dun, 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 dun. It could be a Mormon missionary. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Or it's an FBI agent. Dun, 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 and I just thought, that would be funnier. And the thing was, it worked. I'm not going to pipe off if it's something that's not going to, that I genuinely don't think it was going to work. But I don't. Do you think I overstepped my bounds?
No, that wouldn't work with the door thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I think the only other thing was that, it was they were trying to figure something out for her to say. So one of the things that they're trying to do with this hippie character that this innocent little flower Lexi was playing,
Hipster chick.
Yeah, hipster chick. Yeah, was that she would like take a shot, set it down, and then attempt to say something. But every time she did it, she would like barely like move her lips or anything, and it was just kind of like this quick little deal. And I says, and I can't remember what the one part was. But I says, here's what you do. You got to like start actually saying something. And when you throw that shot down, like you're turning into an angry drunk because everyone's ignoring you. And of course, these shots are supposed to be Jack Daniels, but I think it was like apple juice, or it was like sweetened tea. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. And I think the line I gave her was, "If Americans are come from America, does that mean lesbians come from Lisbon?" And at least they got to let her get the lesbians part out before they cut the thing there. But I figure at least give her something to say. Help her, help a kid out, because you do what you got to do. But overall, I'll be honest. I think on the last episode, Mark sat in with us. He gave me the little DVD for the previous movie,
4 Months Till Fight Day.
4 Months Till Fight Day, and he does have the IMDb up. I'm going to have to ask him about putting me on there as voiceover, so I can start padding my IMDb. And I still haven't watched it. And my bartender, well, I'll call him Marty, actually said it wasn't a bad movie. The camera picture was a little bit grainy, but overall, not a bad flick. And I don't think he's using the same camera, because he was playing a scene like he was running some dailies for us with the one gal, the reporter, Vera Wang or whatever the hell the character's name was. And the picture actually looked pretty damn sharp. Mm-hmm. So I really am looking forward to this when they get it up here at the local the Myrna Loy Theater, the local art house deal. I'm really looking forward to going to it. And wrangling as many folks as we can to help support and watch our big screen debut. Uh-huh. Before we wrap up this quick little first segment, don't really have any videos to provide, no celebrity zealous celebrities for the week or anything like that. But I kind of learned something about iTunes this past week.
They suck?
No,
No, you already knew that.
I won't say iTunes suck. The parent company, however, needs to kind of step up the game, But all you podcasters listening, and I know that's probably going to be the majority of you, since really those are the only ones I'm whoring out to, or at least the only ones that are seeing what I'm whoring out. I came to find out that iTunes is not a global one-stop shop, as it were.
No.
When we download and put onto our tablets, computers, what have you, electronic devices, if you're in the U.S., you just get a U.S. version. If you are in Canada, you get a Canada version. Okay,
sure.
Appropriate for all other countries. So one of the things that I come to find out is that when it comes to the ranking and the reviewings, and I've shown you the ranks and reviews that we've gotten, in particular, our favorite of the group at this point is if you can handle all the, what was it, fecal humor? I can't remember what it was. Basically, if you can handle the fart and poop jokes, you'll enjoy the show. Apparently, those are only from the U.S. We do not get to see any of the reviews from Canada or Great Britain or Australia. And I come to find out that any reviews that we have from those other countries, they're on those other countries' iTunes. So we'll never see them. But I found the trick.
Sure.
Big article that was kind of written. And all you folks out there, I didn't write down the fucking web page. It was a big-ass long web page name, blah, blah, blah. Just Google global iTunes reviews, and you'll find it. You'll see it. You'll be able to go in and have all the fun shenanigans that I just did. So what I'd like to do right now is read to you some of the reviews from our neighbors in other lands.
Let's hear them.
Now, the key thing is when you're looking these up online, it only gives you the first 3. So there could be more, but I don't know. And they give some fucking bullshit long ass TJ rant about how to fucking get them.
Sure.
Yeah, I figure just the couple 3
Quit
that we
ranting,
got.
read.
I'm gonna. I got to kill the prerequisite amount of time here, man. It's called filler. So, the one we got from Australia, our good friends down under.
Okay.
And these are all 5-star rankings. We got 5 stars across the board on all these, too.
Nice.
From Australia, Cool Show by Chris Francis. Pod Socks supports this show. Pod Socks would be a podcast from out of Australia, and I'll discuss them later in the show. Maybe, possibly, they were a pick of the week after I checked them out. From Canada, from our neighbors to the north, got a good couple ones here. Fun podcast with great hosts by Renee42, R-E-N-N-E, Renee42. Loved the Star Wars episode. Keep up the great work. These nerds are raw by A Cool Wizard. Keep them coming, guys. You nerds are okay. You nerds are all right in my book. And from Great Britain, fun show, writes P0RC. Or maybe that's the geek speak way of saying pork. I don't know. Well produced. It's a great way to stay in touch with the geek culture. Damn rights it is. Funny podcast by Knocker55. Good listen, ... Recommended, ! That's a strong recommendation right there. But of the foreign of our neighbors all across the globe, this is my favorite. This comes to us from Tobias F87. Fun and well worth a try. A very alternate look at current events. It's liable to run into ultra-aggressive rants, but they're so inclusive, you get all heated up along with them. Uncensored, refreshing, and well worth a listen.
Uncensored.
That's right. Ultra-aggressive rants. When you're talking about people kind of screwing you over at conventions and taco eating Indiegogo bitches, yeah, every so often. But you know what? We love a good old-fashioned Burt rant. We love a good old-fashioned TJ rant. And hey, I'm glad you love it too. I showed Jessie this last night, and she was looking at him, and she's like, ultra-aggressive rants, huh? Which one? And I said, didn't you see? It's all-inclusive. So, ladies and gentlemen, yes, the Quad M, we're global, baby.
Yay!
I was going through some of the Google Analytics, and I thought it was bullshit when I was sitting there talking about Great Britain and Australia. I thought there was, bots, and all that type of stupid horseshit like that. I can't not take it seriously now. Unfortunately, I'm seeing like a bunch from India too. So and unfortunately I don't speak Bollywood, so I can't, I can't see what they say, the foreign language ones, because they don't translate to the American.
Okay.
So Write them in English, people.
Google does have Google Translate.
Yeah, it does. It's got its own little version of Babelfish. Babelfish, whatever you want to pronounce it. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we will go ahead here and take a quick break. We will come back with some Fred G. Sanford goodness as well as some hot takes. This is the Quad M Show. Stay tuned.
Have you checked out quadmproductions.com lately? Quadmproductions.com is your direct access hookup to order Enigma the comic book series and download the Quad M podcast. Check the appearances page for upcoming events and contact us with questions or comments. Don't be the only lonely soul who's missing out on all the fun. Visit us today at quadmproductions.com. That's quadmproductions.com.
Welcome back to the second segment of the Quad M Show. We're your host, I'm TJ.
Jason.
And this segment is brought to you in part by Mirror Salon and Spa. Now, I know you folks are seeing all of the pics online and you're saying to yourselves, damn, how does TJ get that awesome hair? Well, a small part of that is genetics. The big credit, however, goes to Shauna and all of the fine folks over at Mirror. Now, if you're in the Helena area, make your reservations today for all of your hair, nail, or spa needs. Walk-ins are always welcome. Tell them Quad M sent you, and you get $5 off any service they provide. And I know there's plenty of you in the Helena area, so jump on that deal. That's Mirror Salon and Spa. Call them today, 406-603-0644, or stop on in, 2043 North Last Chance Gulch in Helena. That's Mirror Salon and Spa.
And special note to Mirror, we are not charging extra for our international advertising.
That's right. That's right. We're global, baby. The Quad M Show, all four corners of the world. Based right out of here in the scenic North Helena Valley.
Ultra aggressive scenic North Helena Valley.
Ultra aggressive.
Sunday. If you think normal dough.
That's
$5
right.
gets you the whole seat, but you only need the edge.
Oh, well, let's go ahead since we're talking to a global audience, let's go with a global Fred G. Sanford Award this week. So, coming to us from the country of Georgia,
Sure.
not the state, want to make sure, we're not playing favorites with their neighbors to the south, old Florida there. Coming to us from the country of Georgia, sausage-wielding gang attacks a vegan cafe.
You big dummy.
Keep reading.
Oh, I will. The owners of a vegan cafe in the country of Georgia say a group of neo-Nazis started throwing grilled meat at patrons.
Oh, no.
It happened in... He'll take that. Yeah. This is... God. It happened over the weekend at the Kiwi Cafe in the capital. Let's see. The cafe was holding an English language movie screening when the group came in and started the violence. They pulled out grilled meat, sausages, fish, and started eating them and throwing them at customers before starting to smoke, which is forbidden in the cafe.
You big cold-blooded dummy.
How do you like that? When the owners tried to get them to leave, fights started and spilled into the streets. The cafe owners say neighbors who are not happy with a vegan establishment being located there joined in the fight.
No.
The attackers left before police arrived, although the cafe owners say some of their workers were brought to a police office for interrogation. The owners of the cafe in the former Soviet Republic say there has been another recent incident where the group has been asking questions about whether foreigners, gays, or other members of the LGBT community had frequented the cafe.
You big dummy.
The incident comes amid growing concerns about the far-right nationalism in the country. In April, a group of masked youth took to the streets to protest immigration and Islamization. Grilled meat! They were throwing grilled meat, Bert!
Oh, that's fucking priceless. You know, internet's pretty great and all, but since like the Soviet Russia and all its little satellite countries and the fall of Russia and whatnot, and all these people, Russians, former Russians and whatnot, have got on the internet, it has become 1,000 times better. Because
if it wasn't for the dissolution of the USSR, we wouldn't have meat-throwing neo-Nazis.
I'll be surfing around YouTube and a thing will come up, crazy Russian blankety blank does blankety blank, and I'm clicking that because
you know, see, and all I ever get is hot Asian slut Svetlana wants to meet you.
You're on RedTube. I'm talking about YouTube.
No.
YouTube doesn't have.
It's the spam.
porn
It's
ever.
the spam box in my Yahoo Mail.
I see. That's why you need ad blockers in Google and stuff.
And some such thing. Oh.
What's next?
So to you, neo-Nazis in Georgia. I almost don't want to
Neo-Nazi
get...
meat flingers. That's awesome.
Neo-Nazi Georgian meat flingers, congratulations. Just by proxy and a great story, you have won this week's Fred G. Sanford Award for Stupidity.
You dummy!
Way to redneck it up there, Georgia. People will get you confused.
Hey, we want to be like the Americans. That's how you do it right there.
Throw meat at vegans.
Throw grilled meat at vegans. You're on the right path. Let's get into some hot takes.
And the sign gotta stay hot! It gotta stay hot! It gotta stay hot!
So this past week, now, I've stated on the show a couple different times, and you having been around me for, damn near 20 years, you're well aware of the fact that Captain America is my guy.
Sure.
Of all the comic book characters out there, Captain America is my guy. He's the representative symbol of American hope, American pride, nationalism. The guy wears a damn flag for his uniform.
Mm-hmm.
So this past week, poor Cap has gotten so much controversy in the media. Have you seen any of this at all?
Is it about people or something wants Captain America to be gay and have a boyfriend? Is that the stuff I'm thinking of?
That's one of them. That's one of them. The one that's... I don't know which one has gotten more traction, but from everything I've seen, the one that's gotten the traction, apparently they released a new Captain America #1 because comic companies now figure that, doing a reboot every couple of years and, in issue #1, that's going to rocket sales through the roof. And, of course, in these reboots, well, we've got to shake up the continuity. We've got to shake up the status quo. Blah, 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 blah. So apparently at the end of this new Captain America #1, it is revealed that Captain America is and always has been a shadow agent of HYDRA. And I haven't read the book.
John Wayne was a commie.
Exactly. Well, he was World War II, so to be, one of them, they're dirty Nazis or Japanese or I think most of his movies took place in the
50s and 60s, too.
Yeah, but he was always in those World War II movies. Sands of Iwo Jima, that type of thing.
He was in a lot of shit, dude.
Oh, yeah, he was. He was John fucking Wayne.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, apparently the big whoop-de-doo here, and everyone's all just up in arms. How dare you do this to Captain America? Make him, he's always been an agent of HYDRA. How dare you guys? Oh my, blah, 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 blah. And just, fucking going off about this whole thing about how Steve Rogers has always been a shadow agent for the bad guys. To this, people, I say, wait for the fucking story to be over and done with. Because the way these things always work, it's going to be one of two things. Either A, Captain America is this Captain America is a doppelganger and Steve Rogers was kidnapped or some hokey ass bullshit like that. And his friends come to find him sequestered in a cell with a fucking iron mask. Okay. That's one. Number two, Captain America was at one point captured by the bad guys and has like brainwashing and false memory implants. Something along those lines. I guarantee this is how they're going to retcon this, because there's no way in hell they're going to have a guy that's been around since fucking 1940, over 70 fucking years, as the American icon. I mean, unless these guys are really, really fucking stupid. This is just a quick little story to gain some fucking, gain some publicity, sell a couple books, and call it a day.
Blah, blah, blah.
Right.
It's all made up.
Exactly. It's fucking comics. And quite frankly, I haven't collected any new comics in probably the better part of 10 years. Just because I got sick of all the reboots and all the bullshit and half-assed storytelling. Same reason I got out of comics way back in the 90s. And like I say, kids, and even if this was the case, it's not like they won't fucking go back and retcon it anyways. So, Captain America's an agent of HYDRA? Wait for the fucking story to be over and done with before we actually fucking paint this picture, okay? Now, the one that's got me more concerned than anything else, and I will preface this by saying I am not in any way, shape, or form a homophobe. I am not anti-gay. I'm not any of that type of stuff. I am, however, against agendas. I am not a fan, unless they're my own. So the other big thing to do with Captain America this week was apparently a big hashtag on Twitter's been going around. Because apparently people within the gay community, having watched Winter Soldier and Civil War, see that the brotherhood and the friendship between Captain America, Steve Rogers, and the Winter Soldier, James Buchanan Barnes, is a lot more than just buddy-buddy, good old-fashioned heterosexual, bros before hoes type bullshit. What they're saying is, yes, it is indeed bros before hoes, if you catch my drift. And so they've been giving the hashtag that's gone out this past week. Hashtag give Cap a boyfriend. I don't mind, when people, are bringing about the funny with that type of stuff. Twisted Toy Fair Theater. I think I've had you read a couple of them back in the day. It was basically the entity that was the breeding ground for what became Robot Chicken. And there were constant jokes about, Batman and Robin having their little NAMBLA love affair. And, of course, Captain America and Bucky having their little NAMBLA love affair. Kind of the way it's always been with the dudes and their boy sidekicks. We're going to break them in right, if you know what I mean. For the purposes of just, the funny. Yeah, it's funny. You let it go. Ha-ha, laugh it off. But, these people are, serious about it. And they're saying, oh, it's clear. Captain America is, has, and always will be gay. Look at him dressing real. Well, look at his costume, the way he's dressed. Look at his love affair with this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Steve Rogers has to be gay. We have to make him gay. He has to be gay. Ladies and gentlemen, no, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. You take a look once again. Go back 40 years. From the very beginning. Captain America has always had a girlfriend. Captain America's always had a woman. Okay, it's set, and I can sit here and name off, all the various girlfriends he's had in the comics. Sharon Carter, Bernie Rosenthal, Diamondback, Rachel Layton, Gail Runsider. You say, across the board, he is heterosexual. I don't have a problem. If Marvel decided, well, the fans demand it, now we're going to make him a gay agent of HYDRA. Hail HYDRA. If you want to go that route, here's what you do. You put somebody else in the Captain America outfit. They've done it a million times. There's been more people that have been Captain America than I can fucking shake a stick at. If you want to put somebody in of the alternative LGBT, yeah, LGBT lifestyle, put somebody else in the outfit. You fucking do that, I don't care. That's not a big deal. But Steve Rogers, leave him alone.
Leave Benny alone!
And if the gay community is, we need more gay superheroes. You've got gay superheroes out there. Why don't you embrace them? I can name. I honestly, I can only name 2. It's not like there's a whole shitload of them running around. But I know, Marvel Comics has North Star. Couple of villains. Mystique, from X-Men fame, played by the ever lovely and hot Rebecca Romaine Stamos, and now currently by the new hottie flavor of the week, what's her name? Jennifer Lawrence. Mm-hmm. Apparently, she was, I guess, bisexual, and it was having a relationship with another member of her Brotherhood of Evil Mutants crew, Destiny, I think the name was. And it was kind of this, and she was kind of an old gal, but yeah, there was a whole story about Chris Claremont wanting to out them as being a lesbian couple, but here again, 1982, 1983, Marvel wasn't ready to, kind of release that shit. That wasn't going to fucking happen. And DC Comics has a couple of gay characters. That, again, the only ones that I know of, Batwoman and the new Question. 2 females, lesbian lovers. Again, perfectly fine. It's not you're not destroying years of continuity and driving fans away in droves by saying, "Oh, now we're going to make them gay." You can have that. Just change it around, and it's fine. But I guess at the end of the day, all you just leave Captain America alone. That's all I'm asking.
Leave Billy alone!
Just leave Cap alone.
You guys need to go outside. Get some sun or something.
Live a life. Live a life. That's all we're trying to say. Instead of just sitting there, living in the Twitter, Reddit universe going, what's really going to stir things up? Let's make Cap gay.
I've never hashtagged.
Ever?
Ever.
I do it a little more frequently now. Used to never. But, the fact of the matter is, in today's world of shameless whoring and self-promotion, kind of have to do it.
I've never tweeted. Never, Snapchatted?
Oh, God, there's just so much of that crap. Obviously, if you do the Facebooking, that's pretty much, I think, all of the social media that you do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I've even considered deleting my Facebook a few times.
Oh, yeah. No, don't get me wrong. I see people, posting some crazy shit. And, it's amazing how either A, people will just go off the fucking rails about the stupidest shit. I mean, the stupidest, meaningless, piddly-dink little shit. Or you got some crazy motherfucker who knows that with the internet there is complete anonymity. You could post whatever the hell you want. They can ban your account. You can always go and create a new one.
Yeah.
Because they're not banning your IP address. They're just banning your account.
Yeah, people like to get on the internet and be assholes and trolls because they've got that. They can, they can hide behind their wall of anonymity.
Anonymity.
Yes.
Yeah, that one.
They can hide behind the wall of
anonymity
and be assholes without facing any repercussions other than someone writing something at you. And
well, sure,
yeah,
but I guess I've just never been that level of shit stirrer that I just want to go like the ever popular. I'm just gonna leave this here. Fuck, I hate it when people do that shit on there.
What I've taken to doing to amuse myself when someone posts one of those stupid memes or something that's just blatantly wrong. I mean, common sense. You look at this thing, that's just dumbly wrong.
Right.
And instead of being an asshole, I'll be as nice as I possibly can about it. Someone posted this. It was a Yosemite Sam, and it was Yosemite Sam was banned from TV because he was too violent, and click if you miss him and share blah blah blah, right?
Which is the farthest thing from the fucking truth.
It is, right? And so I got on there. I was like, well, this sparked my curiosity. So I did a little research. Come to find out, Looney Tunes was used in defense of a lawsuit trying to ban violent video games. And the lawsuit was unsuccessful. And Looney Tunes was used in defense of that. They're like, look at what's on TV.
Exactly. Shit, they were making a big stink about that in the fucking late 70s and early 80s. The Roadrunner and Bugs Bunny cartoon hour on CBS is the most violent show perpetrating this, and this, and this, and this, and it's like how many incidences per hour. And it's like, dude, it's a fucking cartoon coyote. Get the fuck over it.
I know they're not smashing real coyotes with a catapult. So.
This week on Saturday Morning Entertainment, Fling.
Watch while I sneak up on this dingo and slip some rocket skates on his feet. Oh, he's really pissed off now.
He's really pissed off now.
Sure.
Mape you dirty Shelley.
Wankers.
Wankers. But yeah, so before we get into the next topic, again, I just want to say, before you people start sending all your fucking hate mail, which would probably be the first batch of mail we ever get for the show,
Addressed to TJ.
and by all means, go ahead, email it. But I'm saying right now, specifically, in no way, shape, or form am I a homophobe. If you guys are that adamant about Captain America being gay, fine, whatever. Just let's not make it Steve Rogers. That's all I'm asking. Let's compromise, people. Compromise. Co-promise. Com-promise. I'm sorry.
Com-promise.
Com-promise.
A master dam.
Oh, River Rats coming out in theaters this October. Starring TJ and Jason as Stoner Dude and Phil. So, speaking of trolling and hatred, so this is another one of those just hate-filled episodes. We've been doing a lot of trolling regarding the upcoming Ghostbusters film.
Oh. That movie again. You keep bringing that thing up.
I do. You know why?
I think you have a secret love affair with the new Ghostbusters.
No.
And you just love to hate it so much you can't shut up about it.
No, it's not so much that. It's a slow fucking news week. You give me other stories that I don't have to fucking talk about this Ghostbusters shitting thing, I'll do it.
Sure.
But unfortunately, you get what you get and you don't throw a fit.
What do we got?
So apparently Dan Aykroyd
Oh, yeah.
got to see himself a little bit of the, got himself a private screening of the new Ghostbusters film. And
Yeah, I read about this.
And he gives it a glowing thumbs up.
Well, of course he did, because Dan Aykroyd will whore himself out to anybody for money.
Well, and in his exact words, here's how he's trying to sell the film to all the kids out there. As originator of the original, I saw a test screening of the new movie. Apart from brilliant, genuine performances from the cast, both female and male, it has more laughs and more scares than the first two films, plus Bill Murray's in it. As one of millions of fans, as one of millions of Man fans and Ray Stantz, I'm paying to see it and bringing all of my friends. Okay. Now, if he wasn't being so, overly exuberant about it, I could possibly buy into it. He's like, yeah, no, it's all right. It's worth a view. Okay, I could buy it. But going that level of over the top, I'm never going to be sold on it. But I found out another interesting fact. Not only is Dan Aykroyd...
No, you're not sold. Dan Aykroyd got sold.
He
sold himself.
Hold on here. I came to find out an interesting little thing. And it comes as no surprise, but you realize Dan Aykroyd is part owner of the Ghostbusters name, the Ghostbusters franchise. If something goes out, Ghostbusters licensed, or whatever, Dan Aykroyd's getting a slice of the pie. Mm-hmm. So if Dan Aykroyd, and sells it to the people who may or may not have some level of common sense and sees through the bullshit and goes and sees the movie, well, of course, he's selling tickets, because if he's selling tickets, he's getting more money out of the deal, too. best response that I saw on this. Apparently a Twitter reaction on this from Furcat.
Furcat.
F-E-R cat. Furcat. Hold on, I can't hear Hold on, I can't hear Harold Ramis's opinion because of the spinning sounds. Well put, my friend. Well put.
The spinning sound.
Harold Ramis in his grave.
Oh, shit.
Oh my God. Yeah, really, I'm certainly hoping that, by next week, there's more exciting fucking news going on. It's either that or I say fuck it. I'm just going to cut together a best of episode.
There you go.
All right. Next topic on the hot takes list. So there's a game that I'm really chomping at the bit to see, to have come out, called No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky. What is it?
No Man's Sky is, how's the best way to put it? It's like an open world game, okay?
Okay.
And the premise of it is that you start the game on a planet, okay? And it's a random planet. And it is named after whatever you decide to name it after. It is your planet, okay? And as you're playing, this is an online, I guess it's supposed to be in a half-assed way kind of a multiplayer online game.
Sure.
But the thing is, though, now according to the developers, and we'll see how this plays out when it's actually released, there's over 1 trillion planets in this universe. And your goal is to get to the center of the universe and fight the main villain, bad guy, whatever. And because the game is so huge in scope, number one, you'll never know if you're actually playing against a real person or a computer AI. Because the odds of you actually running into, when you've got trillions of planets, but maybe, on a good day, maybe 1 million players.
Sure.
Odds are you'll never run into each other, which is fine. But it's every planet has like its own climate, its own animals, its own ecosystem, the whole 9 yards. So you're discovering something new every time. And you have different ways that you can play the game. You can play the game as an explorer. You can play the game as a bandit, like a pirate that just basically goes out and, aerial space combat, fighting and killing and maiming people and taking their shit, or a bounty hunter where you're going after bad guys. I mean, there's a ton of different ways that they're saying you can play this game. And once again, we'll see how big and involved it is when it actually comes out. That's part of the problem, part of this story. So apparently the game was intended to be released this month in June. The developer has gone out and said, or it was reported and later confirmed that in order, they still had some polish left to do to make the game just as pretty as they possibly can, which again I'm a fan of. Make it nice and shiny, give me a finished product. That they're pushing the development out to August. So apparently, some crazed fan
Threw sausages at them.
threw grilled sausages at them. So some crazed fan decided he was going to send death threats via Twitter to not only Sean Murray, I believe his name is, the head of development, and I think the president of the actual company that's putting out No Man's Sky, as well as reporter Kotaku reporter Jason Shiner. And apparently, the way the tweets went from Mr. Shiner, and I quote, "Your little article about No Man's Sky being delayed has made me hate you to my very core. It's the only thing I live for, and you go and write that bullshit about a delay. Instead of visiting London later this month, I think I'll come by and say hi to you and fuck you up. You think you can get away with that? You think you can get away with this that easily? Making fun of our Reddit page? Sounds like you have a death wish. We will find you." Be afraid, human. We are coming for you.
Someone needs to go outside and get some sunshine.
Someone needs to go outside. Someone thinks they have a title for this episode. Someone needs to go outside. You know, I sit here and I see this little death threat, this cute little written death threat. I'm seeing a 12-year-old who has way too much fucking time on his hands. I'm sorry, but if you've been waiting for something your whole life, you have a very fucking short and or empty fucking life if you're waiting for a game your entire life.
I mean, it's like good grammar and the spelling and punctuation and stuff is there and whatnot.
Well,
So,
spell check will do that for you.
But, not all of it.
Well, enough.
I mean, there's like capital letters and periods and stuff. That's what I'm talking about, man. This fucking day and age, the way people write on the goddamn internet, if it has at least capitalization and some periods here and there, you're like, hey, it's good enough.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. It's the only thing I live for. Oh, making fun of our Reddit page also. Oh, shit, dude. Oh, shit. Fucking moron. Well,
Nothing but love for the internet community.
Yeah.
That's what I have. Nothing but love for the internet
hiding
community.
behind the wall of
anonymity. And he goes by the Twitter handle of Beach Clashers.
Beach Clashers.
That's right. And it's at Beach Clashers, capital D, capital N, capital R, I think is what it is here. I don't know. I'll tell you this, kids. If you do the search in Twitter and you start typing at Beach Clashers, it'll pop up. So you'll be able to have fun, tweeting at him and making fun of his ass. And this guy is such an online badass. He follows 20 people and is followed by like 10. So you can tell he's got some sway on the internet. We're coming to get you, all of us.
All of us.
Be aware. Be afraid, human. Be very afraid. Hopefully he hears this and I get a wonderful death threat from him too.
Yeah, you're gonna have to meet him after school by the bike rack.
Yeah. Oh, I don't like those apples too much.
Oh.
Sunday, Quad M Productions and Beach Clashers square off in the brawl to win it all. Yeah, so all I can say is Mr. and Mrs. Battle Clashers, or Beach Clasher.
Beach Clasher.
Yeah, could you take Beach Clasher Jr. and put some parental controls on his fucking computer? That's all I'm asking.
Make him go outside.
You make him go outside. Make him get a life.
Mow the lawn. Pick up the dog shit. Take out the trash. Come on.
Sunlight.
I know. My Wi-Fi doesn't work out by the trash can.
Again. Am I going to get any experience points for doing this?
Hashtag at the trash can.
Hashtag grounded. Hashtag life's not fair.
Nice.
When I think instead of going to London later this month, I'm going to pay you a visit, Quad M Productions.
Bring it.
Pack a lunch and stay a while, Junior. It's going to be a trip.
You like hunting, right?
What was that? God, what was that movie with Gary Busey? Was it Gary Busey? Yeah. And Ice-T with surviving the game.
Oh, my.
You remember that movie?
Vaguely now. Give me a recap. I know you've got it.
So Ice-T is like this homeless street dude, right?
Yep.
And they con him into like a shop or something like that off and whatever, and they end up fucking drugging him, and they take him back out into the woods, and it was Gary Busey and Rutger Hauer.
Yep.
Was the main guy in it too, Rutger Hauer. And so they send him off, they give him 5 minutes, and then they go after him.
Yep, I remember a little bit of it here and there. Yeah. Okay.
God, that's an awesome movie. Surviving the Game. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't seen Surviving the Game, That's a must view right there.
There you go.
Iced tea and fucking dreadlocks. Yeah. Yeah, baby. All right. So before we close out the second segment here, you said you found some interesting little tidbits, some interesting little things to do.
To do?
Not to do. Little to-dos. Little to-dos. Little tchotchkes. Little
Did.
stuff.
Like we were saying, it's been kind of like stupidly slow. There's just not really any interesting shit going on. So I decided to do some research about some of our favorite comic book superheroes. And try and find like little oddball facts and shit about them.
Okay.
And I found some.
All right. I'm down. I'm
Okay.
down.
And we'll see if TJ knows any of them or not. Or if we're going to surprise TJ. Starting with, Cyclops' optic blaster comes from another dimension.
What? Like, okay, wait, are you talking about like his visor?
His blast that comes out of his eyes.
Comes from another dimension. That's how they try to fucking sell that. Okay, I guess. Apparently, I didn't read that issue.
Wonder Woman once worked at a taco place called Taco Wiz, achieving Employee of the Month even with unexcused absences to save the world.
Great Hera, that'll be $3.50.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Working at a Taco Bell.
This one, you're probably familiar with this one. Maybe not. Nick Fury and the Fantastic Four were once on a world they thought was Earth at the beginning of World War II.
Yes,
Nick Fury decides that killing Hitler would be a great idea. Fury doesn't have such great luck and has to be rescued by the Fantastic Four. Reed Richards convinces Nick Fury to let the timeline play out. About 10 seconds later, Fury kills Hitler anyway. It turned out they were in a psychic dream world where only their disbelief that Nick killed Hitler allowed them escape back to their regular world. Is that how it went down?
Something like that. I've got like, it was like I think it's like a 3-part story, and I think I have 1 or 2 of the issues on that. But yeah, no, I remember the whole thing about, you know, the like time travel alternate world killing Hitler. Yeah, I remember that story. I'm down with that one. I know that one.
Archie, through a wacky misunderstanding, is the target by the Punisher. The Punisher heads to Riverdale while following a deadly criminal who happens to be the spitting image of Archie.
Identical. Look, I have that.
Said criminal discovers that there's some goofy teenager who looks like him and tries to use this to get the Punisher off his trail. The Punisher ends up going undercover at the high school to figure out what is going on.
What's great about that comic too, and
is the Punisher in the Archie comics, or, I mean...
Well, I think it was co-published.
Okay.
It was co-published, and basically, here's how it worked, and this was just fucking outstanding. So you got, like your regular Dan DeCarlo, Archie, cartoony type art, right?
Yeah.
And you've got the evil criminal, right? And the way you differentiate between the two, the evil criminal has those lines. They're just like single up and down lines to denote
like 5 o'clock shadow.
To denote stubble. Yeah. Okay, so that's how you tell them apart. And so you got that cartoony look, and then like the Punisher is like Marvel Comics looking. So he looks like totally out of place.
Nice.
In this shit. I think like one was drawn by the classic Archie, and then everything involving the Punisher was drawn by John Buscema, I believe, if I'm correct. But yeah, looks totally fucking out of place with this. And honestly, fucking Punisher chasing after Archie, genius.
All right. Next, Santa Claus is an Omega level mutant. Omega mutants can alter the fundamental forces of the universe to make their own powers work.
I guess that certainly explains how he's able to kid everybody up in one night, I guess.
Sure.
Reality warping power shit. Here again, I didn't catch that I didn't catch that issue of Santa Claus.
Well, maybe you got this one. Superman has also taken over the throne of hell after Lucifer abdicated.
What, were they trying to rip off Preacher?
I don't know.
Jesse Custer and Saint of all killers get heaven. Superman gets hell.
Yep.
There you go. No, I don't remember that one.
Quiet or Papa Spank were the first words Batman ever spoke to Catwoman.
I remember seeing that panel, but I don't remember that being the first words. But what the hell? Sure.
Superman and Muhammad Ali once got in a fight. Superman was knocked out by Ali.
Yes, that was a seminal classic. Back in the day, they used to do these giant, what they call tabloid-sized Treasury Edition things. I mean, these are giant. I got some. I'll show them to you here. When we wrap this segment up. But I mean, they were giant. Like you know how big the National Enquirer used to be back in the day. It was like that size, so I call them tabloids.
Sure.
And Muhammad Ali versus Superman was like I think the greatest selling of all time. Beautiful artwork by Neil Adams, and it was this whole thing about to save the universe, Muhammad Ali had to beat Superman, whatever. So in order to get Superman without his powers, they hold the fight on this like satellite with a red sun. And they square it off. And the reason Superman lost that fight, not only because he was depowered, but when you have that much power, you don't have to learn how to fight.
Yeah.
So Muhammad Ali whooped his ass. Greatest of all time. Cassius Clay, Muhammad Ali.
Indeed. Tony Stark was once abducted by a set of his armor that had fallen in love with him and, once discarded, missed him being inside it.
I remember the storyline, but I never bought an issue. It just that would just creep me the fuck out. I had nothing to do with that one.
Kyle Rayner, one of the 5 Earth-based Green Lanterns, had a villain called Major Force who killed his girlfriend and stuffed her into the fridge.
Stuffed her in a fridge. Yep, I remember that one. 5 Earth-based Green Lanterns.
There's a Superman story where Kal-El lands in Gotham and is adopted by the Wayne family, leading Kal-El to actually become Batman.
Yeah, I remember something about that, but I never actually saw it.
There's also a story where Superman's pod lands in Soviet Russia. Superman becomes a communist hero.
Mm-hmm. I have the collection of it. It was called Red Sun. Is what that was, and of course now because they have to do it this way, everybody was from Russia, so you had like the Soviet Bruce Wayne who was the Soviet Batman,
sure,
and all that bullshit.
And granted, all these like things are coming, they've got to be coming from the different universes, storylines and shit.
Some of it,
yeah. But Tony Stark was adopted. Deadpool murdered his own parents. Deadpool has a daughter. Tony Stark once flipped personalities and became evil, then turned the entire population of San Francisco into super hot and super attractive. In one storyline, Superman was almost tricked into making a porno.
Yep, I remember that one too. That was a great one. Well, he was all brainwashed, and he was going to bang Mr. Miracle's wife. That was the biggest problem. Unfortunately, right before the deed was going to be done, Miracle Man shows up, and everything gets all convinced, and oh my God, no! And then Superman realized what the hell he was about to do, and didn't finish the deed. And the villain, and you want to know the porn director villain's name? This was so original. Sleaze.
Nice. In the comics, the X-Men character Psylocke was originally white. She was Captain Britain's sister, Betsy Braddock.
Yep.
However, she was involved in a mortal accident and had to have her consciousness transferred into a Japanese woman's body. Mm-hmm. And what a nice body it was.
Yes. They both were, but I'm probably like most people. I actually do prefer the hot Asian assassin over the kind of uppity British chick.
In early issues, Spider-Man usually lost his powers to the common cold. During one of these phases, he fought Black Widow. This is the first time she used her black costume which many people hated and lost.
I don't know why people hated that black costume. The original costume looked like shit. It was like a weird fucking 1960s mod looking shit and thing.
Quite a few issues addressed drug addiction and how it fucks your life up. Harry Osborn had a really bad acid trip and addiction. Writers use this rough patch as one of the reasons for him to become Green Goblin.
Mm-hmm.
A Spider-Man from an alternate universe gave MJ cancer with his radioactive jizz.
Yeah, that was a ridiculous fucking story there, too.
The famous "with great power comes great responsibility" quote was never said by Uncle Ben, but by the Amazing Fantasy number 15 narrator.
That is true.
Loki showed Deadpool the fourth wall.
Oh, well, I said, now, okay, now we know. I did not know that. How in the hell he was able to. Now we know.
Punisher once killed a man by crushing him with his morbidly obese neighbor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Punisher once forced Daredevil to try to kill him. Batman once had a pet cow.
Bat cow.
A mob boss once thought it would be a good idea to dig up the Punisher's dead family and film himself pissing on their corpses as part of a plan to lure him into a trap.
I don't remember that one.
Aquaman will occasionally be a villain antagonist for other superheroes.
Well, sure, the whole fucking, I'm saving my race against you evil land dweller bullshit and things.
Deathstroke once beat up half the Justice League by himself via complete bullshit.
If they're talking about the fight in Identity Crisis, it's kind of bullshit, but at least it's entertaining bullshit.
I think that's what it's referencing. That'd be my guess too.
Like there's my favorite one was he. Are you familiar with the character of the Atom? He's the one that can shrink down. Shrinks down to he can go microscopic size and all that shit. Beats him with a laser pointer.
All right. Lex Luthor once created a robotic woman with superpowers and proceeded to have sex with it.
I think that might have been the Supergirl that he had running around with him during the Death of Superman era. I think that's what they're referencing there.
Frank Castle directly caused a general to die in Vietnam War to stop his base from being closed down. The Punisher once punched a polar bear in the face.
Yes, he did. And ironically enough, that's the same. Here, two quick things on this. That's the same story arc where he used the fat neighbor to crush a bad guy. And do you want to take a guess as to who wrote this story arc?
I don't know. Weird Al.
No. Preacher writer Garth Ennis.
Oh, no shit. Yeah. Okay. This is the last one. And it's kind of twisted, so I kind of saved it for last.
Okay.
Wolverine. Wolverine killed about a half dozen of his own kids. Some people with a vendetta against him set up a position where he was going through different rooms and facing a different and bizarre and dangerous opponent. He'd kill that one and move on to the next. In the final room was a video of the people who arranged it, and they explained that the people he killed were his bastard children that he had fathered over the years. This group also just committed group suicide so that he could get revenge, so that he could never get revenge on them.
Wow, okay.
Want me to read that again without the fuck-ups? So mowed through his own kids. Wonder who wrote that.
I don't believe it was Garth Ennis, but hell, who knows? I'd say I probably knew and was aware of about 50% of those. I'm sitting here still trying to figure out all 5 of the fucking Earthbound Green Lanterns.
Oh. Do we need to Google?
Well, let's okay. I can name 4 of them.
Okay.
Hold on. Okay, Alan Scott, Hal Jordan, Guy Gardner, Jon Stewart, Kyle Rayner. Okay, never mind. I got all 5.
Okay, never mind. Don't need you, Google. Good job.
Sorry. We'll see you next time, Googles. Well, that'll wrap it up for this second segment of the Quad M Show. We will be right back with a little bit of Reddit fun and picks of the week. This is the Quad M Show. Stay tuned.
In a city where corruption rules the streets, only one man can stop the serial killer known as the Blood Bandit. James Kurt, a former police officer turned private investigator, must race against the clock to stop the madman before he achieves his ultimate diabolical goal. When JK's brother Alex is thought killed in the line of duty and mysteriously returns with no memory of his past life, the stakes are raised even higher. Enigma, the comic book series from Quad M Productions, written and illustrated by TJ Damon, with colors and effects by Jason Vickers. Enigma. Order your copy at quadmproductions.com today.
Welcome back to the third and final segment of the Quad M Show. We are your hosts. I am TJ.
Jason.
This segment of the Quad M Show is brought to you in part by Deeply Dapper. Hey, you're looking for that one-of-a-kind gift for the geek who has it all? Perhaps maybe a little something out of the ordinary for yourself? Well, look no further than Deeply Dapper. Ranging from The Walking Dead to Doctor Who to Labyrinth to Star Wars and well beyond, Deeply Dapper has it all. From original art prints to cloth dolls, handcrafted light switch plates and key hangers to handmade soaps, all based on your favorite Nerd World properties. Visit the online store today at deeplydapper.squarespace.com. That's deeplydapper.squarespace.com. Deeply Dapper, better living through tentacles. And according to the recent interview that we had with Chris McClanahan there at Deeply Dapper, those cloth dolls are going to be going to the wayside. So make sure if you're wanting to get some of them dolls, get in there and do it quick. And also too, before we get into our usual third round segment, something I forgot to mention when we were talking about the Dan Aykroyd Ghostbusters story. If you folks get the chance, when you visit our website, go to the homepage. I've decided we're going to start doing weekly polls now. Get some audience interaction. So please participate in this week's poll. Basically, the poll is simply this: are you going to go see Ghostbusters?
No.
Well, I have four ways to respond on this. There's yes. There's oh hell no. There's I would rather gouge my eyes out with a cattle prod. I would rather sit on an uncovered gas station toilet seat. Or my favorite, I would rather trade hearts with Charlie Sheen. And I don't mean that, well, how did I put it? I don't mean that hypothetically. I mean actually, like, transfer my heart for his drug-addled, overtaxed heart. It's probably much funnier when you read it. So anyways, yes, go, please join in. Participate in the poll. We will have the results of that poll next week and a new poll for you to participate in. So please, by all means, join in the fun. Speaking of joining in the fun, let's go ahead and have ourselves a little bit of Reddit fun with Jason.
Let's do that.
Okay, so what does the Hive Mind have for us this week, good sir?
Well, this one comes from Mucho Nada.
Mucho nada. How much nada? Mucho. What does Mucho Nada have for us today?
If you retitle a movie using clickbait, can we guess the movie?
Okay.
So
here, I got one for you. 7 reasons why this princess survived an attack by her evil stepmother. Number 6 will shock you.
Oh no.
You're not going to guess?
Snow White.
There you go. Good man. See, there's your warm-up, kids. That's how this game is going to be played. Okay.
Okay. I'll be reading them. TJ's gonna guess.
I've got my thinking hat on, good sir. Okay.
First one. Faint smell of curry. You'll never guess what's in this tornado.
Faint smell of curry. You'll never guess what's in this tornado. Okay, I've got one of two thoughts on this. I'm going to say, but the one I will go with, I'm going to say Sharknado.
That'd be my guess too.
I'd say it was either that or Twister.
Mm-hmm. The first two popular replies are, "It's a shark, isn't it?"
Do we have an answer?
Nope. There's no answers.
Oh, they don't even give an answer. Okay, all right. Well, then I'm gonna stick with Sharknado.
Number 2 is moo.
So I basically I've hit both of them.
We've got cows.
Who says we haven't figured out Reddit by now, huh?
10 theory. This is from Paxan 300. 10 theories to what's in the briefcase. Number 4 is worth a gold watch.
If I was going to hazard a guess, I would say Pulp Fiction.
That'd be my guess too. This is from Bender0877. Watch this man take a red pill. You won't believe what happens next.
Clickbait.
Blue pills hate him.
Blue pills hate him. Oh, pure clickbait. I love it. Yes. That one isn't obvious. That would be The Matrix.
Mm-hmm.
Blue pills hate him. God, clickbait. Okay, what's next?
This is from Theirwolf. You'll never believe how he got those scars. Plastic surgeons hate him.
You'll never believe how he got those scars. Plastic surgeons hate him. I'm drawing a blank on that one.
The Dark Knight seems to be the most popular response.
Oh, how did I get these scars? Why so serious with it? Okay, all right. Okay.
This is from Ramrod 312. Girl steals weapons from her neighbor. What happens next will shock you.
Girl steals what from her neighbors?
Girl steals lemons from her neighbor.
Steals lemons.
What happens next will shock you.
Girl steals lemons from her neighbor.
I'm going to read the comment chain and then you'll pick up on it.
Okay.
Jed3344. Does that count as a movie? When you watch it on repeat for an hour and a half, it does. What movie is it, though? It's a porno about a woman stealing lemons.
I don't know.
It's a porno about a woman stealing lemons.
Oh. Oh, shit, that's...
You weren't paying attention to the hive mind.
God, you hive mind bastards. Oh, there's another death threat coming my way.
Yep.
Making fun of our Reddit page.
Mr. V2121. Watch to see which kid this queen falls in love with. You'll never really guess why he hates sand.
Which kid this queen falls in love with?
You'll never guess why he hates sand.
Why he hates sand. Fuck.
Come on.
I got... Okay, hold on.
You know this.
Hold on.
You know this.
You'll
You
never
know this. It's not clicking.
You'll never guess why he hates sand. God damn, you're clicking clickbait. I get it.
Watch to see which kid this queen falls in love with.
Dude, I'm blanking. I can't. I don't know.
Star Wars.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. The comment chain goes, Star Trek? No. That's about finding an old satellite. The answer is Stargate. This one's awesome.
Okay.
This is from A Faint Smell of Curry again. I bet you will never motherfucking guess what is on this motherfucking plane.
Snakes on a plane.
Oh, shit.
Snakes on a plane. You know, and what's funny here, I thought when you said, what was it? A faint hint of curry? Was that this dude's name?
A Faint Smell of Curry.
I thought that was part of the movie description.
Oh, no, that was the name.
You'll never guess.
The first one on the list was from A Faint Smell of Curry?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I thought that phrase was part of the movie description. I didn't realize that
gotcha.
was the username. Okay.
Percy Green says he pairs this one weird thing with fava beans and Chianti.
Jesus Christ.
You'll never believe what it is.
The answers will shock you. Silence of the Lambs.
Okay. A warrior has eliminated all the assassins who threaten the Empire. You won't believe what happens next.
A lawyer? A warrior.
A warrior has eliminated all of the assassins who threaten the Emperor. You won't believe what happens next.
Revenge of the Sith?
No. Hero.
Never saw the movie.
I didn't either. This is from our original poster, Mucho Nada.
Mucho nada.
A small tourist town refuses to close beaches after one incident. You won't believe what happens next.
I'm going to go Jaws.
Yeah. Yep. Legend of Dylan says, they set out on an unsinkable ship. You won't believe what happens next. This is the most times I've said you won't believe in my entire life.
Gun-toting podcaster repeats phrase several times. You won't believe what happens next. I really hate Titanic, by the way, just so I can make sure people get Titanic. I'm not a fan of that movie.
Yeah. Annoying Gone says, you won't believe how this kid has figured out how to reverse the aging process.
How this what?
You won't believe how this kid has figured
okay.
out how to reverse the aging process.
Benjamin Button?
Yes.
Yeah, baby.
Okay, this guy's got a few different ones. So, this is from You, Sir, Are a Rascal.
You, sir, are a rascal.
You won't believe what happens to and keeps happening to Bill Murray.
Groundhog Day?
8 rules for attending an underground fighting meetup. You won't believe number 5.
Okay, Fight Club. Number 5 will shock you.
Did Luke really kiss his sister? The inside story.
Empire Strikes Back. Fucking clickbait. Okay.
One weird trick to prevent the apocalypse. Asteroids hate them.
Armageddon?
Yep.
Could be any of the Armageddon, Deep Impact, whatever. Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Asteroids hate them.
9 fellows go to destroy a ring. Numbers 3 and 4 made us cry, but you'll be amazed at what number 7 did.
Okay. The Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Oh, shit. Eggnards says, this simple farmer found a way to disrupt the $900 trillion space colonization industry. Galactic supreme leaders hate him.
Don't you give me that. Simple farm guy disrupts galactic colonization. Supreme leaders hate him. Hitchhiker's Guide to... No, because he's not a farmer.
Do I need to add a word to give it away?
You may
A
have
simple
to.
moisture farmer found.
Oh, fuck Star Wars. Okay, all right.
I can't believe they've got you a couple times on Star Wars.
Well, the
dude.
fucking Supreme Leader.
You know, it's clickbait, dude.
Okay.
This comes from Autistic Bedwetter.
I love you, Reddit. What does Autistic Bedwetter have to say? I don't know why that just struck me so funny. Okay, Autistic Bedwetter, what does he have to say? Or she?
New research shows how many Chinese have genius-level IQs compared to Americans of any kind, and their results can't possibly be true. I don't know the answer to this one.
Because they're not giving up the answer in there either, from what you're telling me.
New research shows how many Chinese have genius-level IQs compared to Americans of any kind, and their results can't possibly be true.
Big Trouble in Little China. I don't know what's the hive mind answering on that one.
The only answer is Independence Day. But
I don't remember the Chinese being involved in that.
I didn't either. This is from Tomorrow is Tomato. What this girl finds in her briefcase will make you question everything.
This girl finds in her briefcase.
No. What this girl finds in her bookcase will make
her bookcase. Okay.
Will make you question everything.
What this girl finds in her bookcase. Alice in Wonderland Through the Looking Glass? I don't know.
Interstellar.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have not yet had the chance to see that.
You haven't.
I know you've put that in The Martian. You have put on my must-watch list. I know. Mm-hmm. I have to have free time to be able to do it.
Sure.
You know, so come just a little slack.
Okay. This next one is CPQ Array. 11 Italians you're likely to meet in a bar in Queens.
God. Godfather?
Goodfellas.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, you can pretty much take that and slap any mob movie in there.
Top 10 ways to escape prison. You won't believe how this tall drink of water did it. The warden hates him. This is from Bill Butterson.
I'm going to go Shawshank Redemption.
I'm going to guess that too. There is no answers. We're getting to the bottom of the list.
Okay. So we're just basically doing making our own answer.
Okay.
All right.
Undercover NSA agent says, you won't believe who the father of the leader of this terrorist alliance is.
The father of the leader of this terrorist alliance. I'm going to go with Empire Strikes Back.
Obviously, yeah.
I may not get Star Wars, but I'm nailing Empire, baby.
This is from That Librarian Girl.
Okay.
You won't believe... 5 high school kids wound up in detention. What they discovered will shock you.
Breakfast Club.
See what happens when these two men realize their mothers have the same name.
Oh, Jesus. Batman versus Superman, Dawn of Justice.
Why did you say that name?
The answers will shock you.
Jed 3344. What's in the box? You'll never be able to guess.
7.
Jesse Gus. Survive the zombie apocalypse by using this set of rules. Number 3 will have you shocked.
I'm going to go with Zombieland because that was the only one that had like rules like the double tap and all that shit.
And the rest are more Star Wars and Harry Potter and What's in the Box.
Okay. So there we go. Thank you, Redditeers, for giving me a good laugh. I kind of enjoyed that one. I would have liked to actually had real answers, but we got one more? Okay.
No, this one's just funny.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it's me, Will says, find out who is Luke Skywalker's father. Jerry! It's not clickbait, but that's good.
It's not clickbait, but it's funny all the same. So
there we go.
Thank you again, Redditeers. Thank you for giving me...
Reddit stumped TJ with Star Wars.
Well,
obscure Star Wars clickbait names.
The way they were... Come on, fucking Supreme Leader. I mean, come on. If they used Emperor, okay, I could give that. But anyways, neither here nor there. Thank you once again for giving me a good...
That was good. I like that.
Okay, so let's go ahead here. Jason, do you have any picks of the week this week?
Just my nose.
Just my nose. Well, you know, as I was going through again with the international.
Wait, I got a pick. Go outside, get some sunshine. Okay.
You a beach clasher. For you, buddy. No, I had, as I was going through and I was checking out the International House of Quad M reviews, there was the review that I had read that said, Pod Socks supports this show. And so I went and I checked this show out. And these guys were actually pretty damn entertaining. Now, I honestly can't say whether or not it's a subject matter. And quite honestly, some of the subject matter is fucking hilarious. And next week, I'll give you a little teaser for next week's show, kids. While I'm not blatantly ripping them off for the idea, they have given me an excellent idea to cover on next week's show. It will be fun and educational. But these are three guys, I believe, based out of Australia, and they have their podcast, and it's kind of your general podcast where it's basically just dudes sitting around talking. They don't put out the flashy sound effects or spruce it up like we do, but it's still a good show. And I got
looking at their show, some of their show list here, some of their titles like the greatest mistakes in history.
Yeah, and it's
cryogenics.
And what I would say is, if you want to go through, and I say this to you,
Saddam Hussein loved Doritos.
These guys are funny. These guys are real funny. If and I say this as a precursor to next week's show, Jason, give the History's Greatest Mistakes. Give that a listen. You'll know what I'm bringing to the table next week.
Their picture for Batman versus Superman.
Yep.
Fucking Adam West. Is that Adam West? It's got to be.
I think it's Adam West, and it looked like it was Dean Cain, not the Christopher Reeve, but it looked like it was the Dean Cain.
Yeah, it was the Dean Cain from, what was it, Lois and Clark?
Yeah, that's the one. But I would say, give these guys a look. They're pretty damn entertaining. And like I said, I'm Australians and fancy highfalutin British accents are my favorites, so that makes it even more so for me. So it's I believe PODD. Is it SOCKS or SOXX?
PODDSOCKS.
Yep. Okay.
.com.
Yep.
Podsocks.com.
Definitely give them a whirl. They are entertaining. They are funny. Give them a shot. It's definitely worth it.
Jack, Chris, and Nathan discuss the events that led to World War I. The Tiger Woods illicit affair scandal.
Don't read any more. I
So
don't want to
delete
ruin
it.
this. I don't. Yeah, well, I can do that too, I guess. All right. Well, good sir. Do we have anything left to pimp, promote, propagate, or pander?
No.
All right, well, that will wrap it up for this week's episode of the Quad M Show. Please get on iTunes, subscribe to us, rank and review us, follow us on Twitter, and like us on Facebook. And hey, once again, make sure participate in this week's Power Poll. Are you going to go see the Ghostbusters film? Until next week, ladies and gentlemen, I am TJ.
Jason.
And this is the Quad M Show. Take care.
You've been listening to the Quad M Show. Copyright 2016, Quad M Productions. If you have any comments, questions, queries, quibbles, concerns, or just have something funny to say to us, feel free. Email us at quadmcomics@gmail.com or send us a tweet at quadmcomics.
Dash for the dawn, late for school. Maybe so, but you're no fool. Make a quick fast, it's a breakfast. Only fast, yeah, quick fast. A piece of toast and one of these. Some peanut butter or a slice of cheese. Milk or juice to wash it down. It's a fast, quick, fastest breakfast in town. Quick fast.
No time for breakfast? Have a quick fast. Another